So older hardware is just fun to work on. I mean, just looking back at just how things were done, number one, it takes me down memory lane. Number two, definitely makes me appreciate of how spoiled we are with new hardware, with plug and play, automatic detection, just easy booting, and yeah, we've definitely come a long way. So this one is another piece of old ancient hardware, and if you watch my previous video, I actually had this Dell XPM M1530, if I'm not mistaken, and that one we were able to upgrade the CPU, memory, and have a little fun with it. So this one comes in and it's a lot older. Actually has a pretty cool carry case, which I kind of like. So let's open it up and let's see what we got. So let's see what goodies we have. Charger, which is always appreciated. Ooh, we got one of these cards. What's this one? This is the wireless and notebook adapter. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Don't know if it works. Oh, sweet. We got manuals. Thinkpad T40 series, service and troubleshooting. That's pretty cool. Let's see. The user's guide for a mini dock. Huh. I don't know if we got the mini dock in here. I doubt it. Anything else that I could feel around and see that we might have in here? Nope, that's about it. Oh wait, I feel some stuff in the bottom. Hold on. Oh wow, sweet. So these are little rubber pieces that uses for the mouse that's on the keyboard, and nice. 2 brand new ones, never been used. Very cool. So let's go ahead and put some of this back. Of course, we're not going to read the manuals. I mean, why would I do that? Let's leave that Wi-Fi card out. We might play with that later. And let's get to this. All right, so this is what we have. All right, let's pop this over here. A little dusty and crusty. Let's put our case. Ooh, we have another compartment. Hold on, guys. Let's see what's in here. Oh, sweet. We got a brand new battery. Well, maybe the replacement. It don't look like it's ever been opened. So that's pretty sweet. Definitely put that over there. Might save it for one day, you know. Who knows? All right, so let's take a look at this. We got an IBM Thinkpad. It's a little crusty. Let's see what kind of peripherals we got. USB, S-Video, ooh, 56K modem, Ethernet action. Oh yeah. So we could put in that expansion card right over there. That's pretty nice. Of course, you have your microphone and headphones, which is pretty good. And this thing is a little sticky too. And on this side, we got our DVD-ROM, nice, and a VGA port. I don't think we got anything else going on. Let's take a look at the back. Parallel port. Oh yeah, that's definitely dating this a little bit. Haven't seen one of those in a while. And our power. So pretty nice. Let's open this thing up. Can we do it one hand? Can we do it one hand? All right. Pretty nice. So this is what I was talking about, those little rubber pieces. These, they break, they go missing. I had a ton of these back in the day, these laptops, and I would always break them and lose them. So good to have. This is the T41 model, IBM Thinkpad Touchpad, left and right. And yeah, pretty cool. Access IBM. I wonder what that is. Power buttons. Excuse me, volume buttons, volume up, volume down, mute. That's our power button right over there, which, yeah, our battery has no juice on it, but that's fine. We got a spare battery, if that's good. So it's pretty good. So let's talk about these specs real quick. So now these laptops, they were released from 2000 to 2005. The T20, I believe, was released back in 2000, and that one usually came with a Pentium 3 800, which was the T21, the T20, had some other type of variant. Now back in 2002, the T30 was released, and that one started with the Intel Mobile Pentium 4M processors with the 845 MP mobile chipset. And those were actually coming with the Radeon 7500 video controller with 16 megs of graphics, 14-inch screen, 60 gig hard drive, and 1 gig of PC 2100 RAM. Now 2003, the Thinkpad T40P actually represented the first in the T-Series performance class option. It offered the ATI Mobility 9000 with 64 megs of VRAM, still had the 14-inch monitor with a display of 1400 by 1050, and had a maximum memory of 2 gigs of PC2100, of course the 60 gig IDE hard drive. The T42 was later released, and that one had the 15-inch. And then in 2005, which was the last year run of these were the Thinkpad T43s and the T43Ps. And the improvement was moved to lower the cost of the DDR2 RAM, and the bus speeds increased from 400 megahertz to 533 megahertz. And it could run Windows 8 on it and possibly Windows 10. Now this one's a T41, and it's not the P version, so I imagine it's not the high-end one. So hopefully it may have that whole ATI graphics card in there. If it is, we might be able to play some cool games. These came with Windows XP, at least this version, the older ones. And if it has that ATI one, we might be able to play some Need for Speed Underground. So let's go ahead, let's give it some power. Let's see if it turns on and what can we do with it. All right, so we got it plugged in. We're getting a flashing light for the battery, so it might be charging, it might be telling us it's bad. I don't know. Let's hit the power button. We got power. I hear the fan, I hear the hard drive and the DVD. IBM Thinkpad Pentium M. Nice. To interrupt normal startup, press the blue Access IBM button. Let's not do that, and let's just kind of see what it boots into. Alright, so there's a password, which means that it's not going to boot into anything or pretty much let you do anything. Now, typically these had a Cmos battery, and most of the time, if you got rid of the Cmos battery, just removed it and plugged it back in, there's a good chance that this battery might be dead. That will actually default the settings, get rid of the password, and then we should be able to use it. But right now, you can't do anything with it until we fix that issue. So, my favorite thing to do, let's open it up. So now, to get into it, the Cmos battery is actually located underneath this trackpad / armrest. So the keyboard's got to come out. This actually slides right out. And to take it off, what we got to do first is we got to take off all these screws over here. So a cool feature that you really don't see, and I've actually first time I've ever seen on this laptop, is if you look, it has actual 1, 2, 3, 4, these numbers, and the screws are actually numbered 4, 3, whatever. And the cool thing about it is it actually gives you the length of the screws. So there's definitely no mistake of taking out the wrong screws and putting the wrong lengths in. So that's pretty cool. So now it gives you little pictures, like 3 shows the keyboard, trackpad, 4 is just a trackpad. So I'm just gonna take all the screws out and then kind of see what happens from there. That just makes more sense. So let's start doing that. Alright, so all our screws are out. So before we go any further, I actually want to take a look at this memory cover. Let's see how much memory we have. I don't have any specs on this thing. Like I said, it was just kind of given. So I just want to see what we have. So taking a look, we have 1 stick of memory. It appears to be 1 stick of memory. And this is 256 gigs. Yep, 256 gigs. Which, I mean, if this becomes a cool retro Windows XP machine, or if it has that AMD built-in GPU, then I may upgrade it to a 512 chip, or might see if I could get myself something else for it, but that's fine for now. So now, let's go ahead, and let's see if we get this keyboard off. Alright, so this thing's already falling out when I flipped it over. Very cool. So our keyboard. Okay, we got more memory over here, so this is actually the same as the other one, so let's loosen this one. And all right, so we got 256 of DDR333, so we got 512, which is pretty nice. And I'm already seeing something that I'm excited about. I know, I'm excited about ancient hardware, but still pretty cool. And check it out. Look at this. I see ATI, so I'm not sure which version or what we got. Oh, this is the 7500. I don't know if that comes in the camera. So we might be able to play some classic Windows XP games on this. Make this a little retro gamer. Very nice. So now let's see if we could get this palm rest out. Which it pops out just like that. Pretty easy. Very nice. And our Cmos battery is right over here. and we could just pop that out. And I'll probably get a new one, just take this out and just boot it up and just run it as is, and I'll order one of these later on. But other than that, very sweet. And looks like we have full access to our CPU. And if I'm looking at this correctly, this looks like it might be upgradable. This is the Cmos battery right over here. It's plugged into this little connector right over there. So got this out, so we're good to go. So typically you remove these and the BIOS password should be reset perfectly. But ideally, I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Still booting up. Let's do the Access IBM, which apparently that skips all this whole trying to find things. Went ahead and took out the hard drive too, just in case. And I've also had it sitting for about 15 minutes. That way it has time to decharge and lose all its low voltage and stuff, whatever. So let's see what it does, and hopefully we get lucky. Well, let's zoom you in. Yeah. So we're still BIOS locked. Let's press enter a bunch of times, and we still can't use this thing. So let me do some research, and when we come back, maybe we'll have a resolution, maybe not. I don't know. Well, unfortunately, I gotta say this. This is the first time I've been defeated working on a computer. I knew it would always be a laptop that would get me. I just knew it. I just knew it. So got on the old YouTube, did the whole clicky clacky thing, did some research on it, and realized that, yeah, you cannot disable this BIOS password. And here's why. So if you look, and of course the GoPro doesn't zoom in really good, right over here, that is the EEPROM. So apparently when you put in a password for this, the password is written into the EEPROM right over there. And the only way to disable the password is two options. Number one, desolder it and solder a new one that's blank and ready to go. Or number two, have some type of fancy device that's actually able to read and write to those EEPROMs, which will set up your BIOS. Two options I don't have, and unfortunately, yeah, I might have to end the video just right over here and do a part 2 whenever I come up with some options. I really want to save this laptop and use it because it's really cool, and it would be perfect for a portable retro gaming rig. So let's show you guys some quick things about this laptop, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so this keyboard just pops right out. Very easy. Nothing to it. Yep, very easy. And the cool thing about these connectors is none of those fancy sliding in ones with those clips. This just pops right off, and I just don't know why they changed that design. I guess, you know, comfort, convenience. I don't know. Can't think of it. Now, another cool thing about this laptop, which I think is pretty awesome, and this is actually the second laptop, the last one being that Dell one that actually has this feature. So let's take these 3 screws out real quick, and let's show you what I think is probably one of the coolest features, which they don't do this anymore. I don't get it. I mean, it's all about making a few dollars, I guess, from these big manufacturers, but still, why get away from such a cool feature? Heatsink comes out, which that's actually not the cool feature. Check this out. The CPU, guys, and let's see if I get you a better angle in there. CPU comes out. Let's go ahead and unlock it. And look at that. We can upgrade the CPU and probably put a faster one, whatever it is. I don't know if this is the fastest for this model. I'd have to do more research, but yeah, another awesome feature that this laptop offers that newer laptops don't offer anymore. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where even the memory is built into the motherboard, and you can't even upgrade that on some lower spec models. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I talked about earlier, this is the ATI Mobility Radeon 7500, which is pretty stinking sweet, which I'll be able to play some cool games on it if I'm able to conquer this whole battery issue on it. 512 memory, so the memory's on the top and then on the bottom. So here's another cool feature about it. If you want to take out your CD-ROM drive for whatever reason, actually has a little lever. Pop that out. This pops off right over here. And check this out. This thing slides out very easy. And this is our DVD-ROM, February 2005. So I think this was maybe upgraded later. It's okay, so we know it's good. That has to mean it's good on that. So it's a cool little piece, and I definitely want to figure it out. Worst case scenario, I might just look into just seeing if I can source one of these boards used on the old eBay. If we're able to get one for a decent price, I'd rather swap it out than having to deal with soldering and programming it. Yes, it would be cool to do, but my solder skills are not too good, and the whole programming thing, I ain't too good on that either. So it might be simple. I don't know, but for now, guys, just stay tuned, stay subscribed, and I'll keep you updated if we do a part 2 on this, and if I'm able to get this fixed. If I'm able to get this fixed, we'll do a part 2, so definitely listen out for it. So if you guys have any suggestions on ways I can bypass this password, definitely comment down below. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what we come up with next.